we're doing Infamous Swoosh. It's 12 minutes long, even though it's like one story.
And it dropped just 2 days ago. So we're like fresh in on this.
This city is rotted with crime. But hiding in the crime is a hero. A hero who's going to do everything in his power to stop it. Oh, hey. Look, I like to pride myself in thinking I'm a relatively smart guy. Sure, I didn't go to college, and if I battled a 7th grader in an algebra test, I'd be defeated horribly. But other than that, I think I'm pretty smart. Except for the specific instance I'm about to tell you right now. Be warned, you guys might lose respect for me.
Aren't you the dude that picked up dog poop with his hand?
Okay, so the bar is pretty low. Let's wind the clocks back about 6 months. I was in the final week of production on the I Was a Dumb Kid video. And if you're even slightly familiar with content creation, you'd know the last week of production ends up being the most stressful. A term me, James, Brody, and I'm sure every other animator on planet Earth has deemed Crunch Week. A week where you survive on fast food and energy drinks alone, only getting up to use the bathroom, if that, animating until carpal tunnel is swiftly on the horizon. When I have a deadline for something, unless it's paying a
No, you can always make time. I create content too. I mean, I don't animate stuff, but I do music reactions. There, you can always make time to get up and go to the bathroom. There's no sense in peeing in jugs and bottles. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Throw that in the garbage.
I'm a gaming YouTuber. I do games. I don't do that.
Yeah, that's just gross.
ticket. I get it done every single time. But that doesn't mean that I'm not stressed out of my mind, to the point where I genuinely warn my loved ones that I not only won't be available that week, but I'll be a ticking time bomb of anxiety that could explode at any minute. Hey Nate, do you want to hang out today?
Wait, no!
Nate? So needless to say, this
That's a
crunch
hard
week
no.
is no exception. Monday, March 17th. A lowly animator is crunching on his latest creation. City parks are crowded with people enjoying the spring weather. But hidden in the joy is a cartoon waiting to be completed. And I'm there, animating it. 1 week of sleepless nights have turned me into a nocturnal animal. Until I get a phone call from my bank. Hello?
Hello, is this Nathan Conrad living at 123 Blankety Blank Lane?
I immediately recognize his voice as one of the bank tellers at my local bank, who always has a monotone voice anytime I see or talk to him. Yeah, that's me.
Hello, Mr. Nathan. This is Blake from your bank. We were just calling because we're concerned. There's been a lot of suspicious activity on your bank account lately.
A light bulb flickers. Basically 2 weeks prior, I'd gotten one of those highway toll texts letting you know you have some money that you owe.
Oh my God,
Coincidentally, I did
don't.
actually owe money, so thinking it was legit, I clicked the link they sent me and paid the $2 toll, only to find out my card got hacked and people were trying to use it to buy things. My bank notified me they didn't get any of my money, and I got a new card. The lesson here being, do not respond to those random texts that are from iCloud accounts or numbers you don't recognize. Do not click any links because it's mainly people trying to scam you. It never hurts to go to the actual places in person to figure out if it's legit. So, when I heard that there was more suspicious activity in my account, I got pretty annoyed. I just spent the last week changing all my payments to go to my new card, and here's my bank telling me people are trying to get money from me. Again. It also didn't help that I was extremely stressed out, knee-deep in work, and I had just moved out and none of my roommates were home. I was totally alone. Okay, so what's the suspicious activity? Blake, the bank teller, then went on to tell me that multiple people were trying to get into my account and some were actually successful. He told me one requested a wire transfer, but it's currently on hold, so the way to negate it is to send the exact amount of money to the bank. I was getting frustrated. My bank was asking me to send $4,000 to them, promising me they would pay me back in a couple days due to them not being able to fix people trying to get into my account. I offered to just come into the bank, but it was closing in about 5 minutes. I even checked to see if the number was a legit bank number on Google. And it was. I reluctantly sent the money and went about my day. Tuesday, March 18th. I'm still animating. Someone help. My favorite bank teller calls me once again. This time, I'm extremely knee-deep in work, and I'm starting to get into that mode where I physically can't focus on anything else, so I was already impatient with this guy.
Hello, Mr. Nathan. How are you?
Good.
Awesome. Just wondering if you've received the $4,000 payment yet?
No. Then, in the midst of my stress trying to reach a deadline with a brand and myself, this bank teller goes on to explain that my entire bank account is in jeopardy. He kept offering different solutions to fix it, but none of them made sense. He also kept hanging up on me and calling me back apologizing and giving a different excuse every single time. Everything about this seemed off, but I like to have faith in people. Sometimes to a fault. If any of my roommates were home, or if I was still living at my parents' house and asked them, I'm pretty sure
Every bit of this scenario is super sketchy as because I used to work at a bank. That that don't happen. If there is an issue with your bank account, we're gonna call you and tell you to come in. we're not going to ask you to just wire money or transfer money or do anything like that over the phone. You get asked to come in and do that in person. So when they started saying that, that should have immediately threw red flags up to you. Just FYI. No, but that's super sketchy activity, dude. Like, I mean, I get it. He knew this person, but he could have just recently lost his job at the bank and he don't know about it. And he's trying to get money from him because he knows it. That kind of stuff happens a lot too.
But no, in a sleep-deprived crunch mode state, frustrated out of my mind and stressed beyond belief, I reluctantly kept talking to my bank teller. I could have easily hung up and let it go, but I've literally met this guy in person multiple times. But then he concocted a genius plan to save my account. He asked me to confirm how much I had in my savings account, then offered that, to keep it safe, we would take $20,000 of my savings and send it to his higher up in the bank. What? You want me to gamble $20,000 by sending it to you? How does that make any sense?
I was afraid it was going to come to this.
Look, you're not the first person this has happened to.
Multiple accounts under our bank have been getting hacked into, and we suspect it's someone from the inside. Someone in the multiple branches of our bank is selling account information, and we need to stop them.
Can you help us?
I'm in. Tell me what to do.
Okay, Mr. Nathan.
Batman. Call me Batman.
Okay, Mr. Batman.
First, you're going to walk into the bank and not tell them about our conversations. If you tell them what we've discussed, the entire plan could be in jeopardy, meaning the scammers will know we're onto them, and all hell could break loose. Once you're in there, you're going to get a cashier's check.
Another massive red flag. Come into the bank. Don't tell them what we've talked about. Red flag. Now he's wanting you to get a cashier's check on the amount of that. Cashier's checks guarantee the funds. Okay? They guarantee that that money is legit. So if he's requesting you to get him a cashier's check, another red flag. This isn't going to end very well. I have a very bad suspicion about this whole thing.
To my superior, Felicia Fancybottom, for $20,000. Then you're going to go to a different bank to send it, since our bank is in jeopardy.
For the bank. For justice. I walked into the bank and Blake wasn't there, like he said, so his story checked out. Hello. Hello. I need a cashier's check for $20,000.
Okay. Is that a Batman utility bill?
Just give me the check, lady. The bank teller on the phone told me to lie to my bank and tell them that I was writing it out to my family member, and I genuinely believe that I was helping the company, which in hindsight is a giant red flag. But again, sleep-deprived, crunch mode Nathan is not an analytical creature. They reluctantly wrote me a cashier's check and I shipped off to the other bank. Hi, I'd like to send out this check. Honey, are you sure? A lot of people have been getting scammed lately. Nah, I'm sure. It's all good.
Yep. I would
All
say
right.
so.
Mission accomplished, Blake. Hopefully we can get this whole thing settled and I can get back to finishing my work.
You're a true American hero, Mr. Conrad. I'll follow up with you soon. Moron.
What was that? I ended up getting home and was so beat from the situation mentally and physically that I decided to call my lifelong friend James. We're just going to call him Jim. It's easier. After explaining in great detail what just happened, he seemed extremely concerned that it was a scam. What? No, Jim, I'm telling you, buddy. I've met this guy. I was helping the company.
I don't know, bro. This sounds off.
I call my friend Frank.
So, your bank told you to send a $20,000 check to an account you don't know and lie about why you're doing it?
Yes? I ended up needing to decompress from working and dealing with all the bank drama, so Jim and I drove over to Frank's and proceeded to explain to his parents what just happened. Yeah, I don't know, Nate. That whole thing sounds like a load of horse crap. I'm pretty sure this guy scammed you, buddy. I'm telling you, I've met this guy in person, and he wasn't at the bank today. Plus, the number that keeps calling me is the bank number.
Hang on. What was the number again?
I told Jim the exact number, and he looked it up.
It was a scam.
I frantically looked up the number for my bank and the number that had been calling me all week. It was the same exact number, except 2 numbers were flipped. I couldn't believe how stupid I was. And dyslexic. This guy caught me at my most vulnerable moment. I was home alone, stressed out of my mind, way too trusting, and 2 weeks fresh off a legit bank scam. And once again, he sounded exactly like the guy who works at my bank who wasn't there that day. I spent the rest of the day with Jim and Frank questioning everything about myself. How could I have been so dumb? How was I gonna get this money back? Why did I wear my Batman suit to the bank? It's only for special occasions.
Wednesday, March 19th.
Holy crap, do I have a lot of damage control to do. Bright and early on that Wednesday, I showed up to my bank to meet up with Frank's mom, since I needed a responsible person with me and I was genuinely too embarrassed to tell my own mom. I walked into the bank and saw Blake. Except it wasn't Blake. The monotone bank teller I was thinking of was named Zach. Great. Hey, so yesterday I came in here to get a $20,000 cashier's check, thinking I was on the phone with you, but it turns out it was a scam.
Let me go get the branch manager.
So when I asked you yesterday if this was legit, and you said yes, you were lying.
I mean, yes, but to be fair, the scammer said I couldn't trust you.
Okay. You do understand that you sent out a cashier's check? That's like giving someone $20,000 in cash. There's not much to really do after that.
What about the other bank, the one that I sent the check to? Could they help? The branch manager literally tried all she could. She contacted the bank's fraud department and encouraged me to file a police report to show the other bank. Me and Frank's mom parted ways and I called the police. So let me get this straight. This guy posing as someone from your bank somehow convinced you to give him $20,000 all while lying to your bank about it. Yes? And you're how old? 23. Yeah, you're definitely the youngest person I've ever seen this happen to.
Not helping, guys.
Just like usually they go for old people because they're dumb and stupid. They were lucky to grab you, honestly.
All right, I get it.
The police gave me the report and I went to the other bank. I walked in and frantically explained what had happened yesterday. And they all catered to me like a homeless puppy.
You poor thing. We're gonna figure this out for you. People are so rotten.
I can't believe that happened. You're how old? I ended up sitting in a room with the owner of that bank branch who was a guy named Chen. We like Chen. Chen was on the phone with the fraud people and any other person he could possibly get in touch with to do something about this scam. The only problem? I don't use this bank. I'm not affiliated with this bank. I'm a member of my bank. That's apparently less concerned about recouping a cool 20K. All I could do was sit there and pray we got this money back. After about 5 minutes, Chen hangs up the phone and looks at me. I can't believe it, but they froze the check. They're trusting the word of someone who doesn't even go to our bank. That doesn't normally happen. We did it. The dread was over. The scammer wasn't getting the money. A wave of peace ran over my body, and I was thanking God that we actually did it. After figuring it out with the banks, the $20,000 would eventually make it back over to my bank and in about 90 business days back into my account. A long wait, but better than losing 20 grand. As I drove home, I ended up calling my mom, and she was so great about the whole situation. She was ready to get into the boxing ring with the scammer, but ended up picking me up lunch and we ate on my front porch. The birds were chirping, the flowers were blooming, and a weight was lifted off my shoulders. After my mom left, I got back to work to finish up my video, and guess who called? Blake, how are you, man?
Good, Mr. Nathan. How are you?
Oh man, I'm good. Hey, I have a question for you, buddy. How do you sleep at night knowing all you do for a living is scam people? It's beyond me. Well, you can politely and have a miserable rest of your life. I really needed that. And just like that, the day was saved. I posted my YouTube video, eventually got the 20K back, and lived happily ever after. I never did get that $4,000 back, but it's okay, it's just money. And I hope Blake chokes on every bite of food that he paid for with my money. In all seriousness, there are a lot of terrible people out there that just want to use you. Beware of scammers. Go to these places in person and confirm with workers if it's legit or if it's a complete loser trying to make money off you. And don't be embarrassed if this happens to you. It could happen to anyone. These people prey on your vulnerability and shame, but your loved ones will be there to help and support you. Like my friends, Frank's mom, and my own mom were all there for me. Together, we can defend these cities from evildoers and bring justice to those who try to rip it away from people. One scam at a time. Oh, wait. Hello? I subscribed to Brody Animates on accident? And all I have to do to undo it is send $50,000 to a random person in a foreign country? Sign me up! Good to go.
Just give it a go? Okay. So your bank told you to send a $20,000 check to an account you don't know and lie about why you're doing it?
And lie about why...
Too much emphasis?
A little bit too much.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It was a scam.
Why?
It was a scam. It was a scam. It was a scam. It doesn't even sound like words.
I
anymore.
know, right?
And lie about why you're doing it?
Keep going. We ain't done here.
Oh, frick.
We're gonna keep going. We're probably gonna get like 4 more takes in.
Okay. So your bank told you to send a $20,000 check to an account you don't know and lie about why you're doing it?
Oh, that was perfect. Boom. Freaking professional, bud.
Yeah, nailed it.
Like you said, that happens to a lot of people, so don't feel bad if it happens to you. But that sucks. I'm glad that he was able to get his $20,000 back.
Because that's a lot of money.
That's a dude. I don't know what I'd probably have a meltdown too. I guarantee I would have a meltdown. But thanks for checking this out with us, guys. That was Infamous Swoosh. The time I got robbed.
Also, when I do YouTube videos, I record it on my phone, and I literally post a video like the same day I record the video.
That way the content's fresh.
Yeah, and unedited cut. I don't want to post a video about a new game a year after the game.